Hello one and all, welcome back to Reality Check. What is it with zombies? Why are they in so many of our video games? Now, I know I'm not the first person to ask this, far from it, but as always, I want to focus on the science of the question, mainly the psychology of what makes zombies such a popular choice and such worthy video game adversaries. Beware the uncanny valley. Now, you've probably all heard of this. It's the psychological theory describing how an object that looks nearly human can trigger feelings of eeriness and repulsion. It's probably best known for being that seemingly unassailable hurdle faced by makers of human-esque robots. Simply put, as you approach the goal of perfect human likeness, our affinity for that object increases, up to a point. Then suddenly there's a switch over in our brain where we start to perceive this thing as a potential human, a test to which it inevitably fails, plunging it into the depths of the uncanny valley. And take a guess what inhabits the darkest, most repulsive depths of said valley? Zombies. Other interesting inhabitants of this eerie place are actual corpses, traditional prosthetic hands, and Tom Hanks' CG character in The Polar Express. So, why do we respond in this way to things that look nearly human? Well, the theory is that this is actually an evolved process to protect us from getting too close to potentially deadly corpses or diseased people. Now, zombies inhabit the bottom of this theoretical trench because they seem to encapsulate a perfect storm of repulsion. First off, they have horrible glazed dead eyes, and eyes appear to be the crucial thing that we look out for when assessing how human something is. When studying how people respond to pictures of humans, dolls, and a series of computer-generated transitional images in between, researchers at Dartmouth College observed that test subjects looked longest at the image's eyes, rather than the mouth, nose, or skin, before categorizing a picture as human or doll. Secondly, movement has the ability to both increase our affinity towards an object, like Pyro the robotic seal, but also increase our disgust when the human likeness gets past that crucial drop-off point. Zombies' lurching movement is very close to human movement, but just not quite right. So basically, they set off all the holy crap, that is not a human alarm bells in our head. But there is a problem, because I'm betting that a large number of you guys don't actually find zombies in video games scary anymore. This is probably because the oversaturation of zombies in video games has led to a degree of desensitization. This is the psychological occurrence where we experience a diminished emotional responsiveness to a negative or aversive stimuli after repeat exposure to it. So, even though zombies inhabit the foul depths of the uncanny valley, because we're so used to seeing them in video games, they probably elicit less of a repulsive response than this animation, for example. Ugh. Okay, but there is a second psychological reason for why zombies infest our video games. You see, we can quite happily slaughter thousands of them because, morally, we're okay with it. But why? Well, firstly, there is the obvious conscious knowledge that they are rotting piles of flesh that want to eat our brains. That's a pretty compelling reason not to give a damn. Subconsciously though, and this is quite interesting, even though we know they are just the walking dead, we do actually view them as being alive, as having a mind with thoughts and plans and ultimately feelings. We assign them with what's called agency. In fact, humans readily assign agency to almost any object that moves in a non-inertial way. This isn't enough to make us feel bad about killing them though, because they also exist in what psychology researchers call the outgroup. Now, humans generally assign great empathy to our in-group, basically people on our side. However, we can quite happily dehumanize those in the outgroup. As neurologist Dr. Steven Novella puts it in his fascinating article on mind and morality, we know that members of the outgroup have agency, but they are not full mental beings. They are automatons who can be killed if necessary. And this doesn't just apply to zombies. Think of stormtroopers in any Star Wars game, or Nazis. They're popular video game cannon fodder for this very reason. No wonder killing Nazi zombies is so much fun. Now, obviously, there are other contributing factors to zombies being in our games. Their general prevalence in pop culture and other media, and the ease with which to program their AI. But for me, neither of these would be enough to explain their abundance if they didn't elicit the correct response from us, both in terms of disgust, but also acceptance that it's okay to murder them with abandon. But what do you guys think? Are you sick of zombies in video games? Perhaps they still scare you, or are you thoroughly desensitized? Either way, let me know down in the comments below, or by tweeting at me directly on Twitter at CamFrazRob using the hashtag GSReality. Oh, and make sure you subscribe to this show on YouTube, that way you'll never miss a future episode. Okay guys, thanks for watching and see you back here next Sunday.